Hello to those who watch or have subscribed. I haven't made a video in a while. Give you an idea of what's going on here. It's currently March, and I did take a little bit of a hiatus from this for a while. It was cold, too damn cold out there to go jet skiing. And I have the other YouTube channel that's got way more time on top of my full-time job, so this one's just for fun, this channel. But the last thing, I don't even remember where I left off. The last thing is I have Purple Power and a Green Machine. They're running. Haven't really done too much with those lately. But what was on here? It was the Death Trap. And today, actually, I just figured I'd make a quick video, let you know I'm still alive, whether you care or not. And what I did was I painted the rest of this trailer. I painted it all black, just because with the salt water and stuff, you know, it corrodes, and you know, I wanted to just get some paint on it so that way it's a lot less likely to corrode in the next year or so season. It does have new LED lights on it and such. And when I just went to Walmart and bought some new carpet, I'm going to put the carpet on the bunks here today, in about as soon as I shut the camera off. But nothing fancy for a paint job. And I'll show you what I did to the actual ski. So I got this upside down because I attempted, so I had to scrub the inside out, this and that, but then I wanted to paint the bottom black. So here's what happens. I spent a lot of time sanding and priming and sanding, and then it didn't come out as I planned. But hey, when it's in the water, it's gloss black. It just so happens that it's been sitting out here in the sun. It's got all kinds of funk on it. But anyway, so I painted it black, and here's about the shiniest part. You can see my reflection right there. I actually buffed that out pretty good. It was quite shiny, but the rest of it started to get dull. So what I did was I used refrigerator or appliance epoxy enamel. This stuff is hard as nails, and I'll show you the can in a second. So I, laid down primer, wet sanded it, laid down primer, wet sanded it, and then I used the appliance epoxy enamel. The stuff is never coming off, okay? I thought I could compound it and buff it out to make it shiny. I was getting there, but it was just way too much time. Actually, after the enamel, I put clear coat on it, some cans of clear coat, and it would get foggy. Then I'd wet sand it and it'd get really shiny. I'd put another coat on it, it would get foggy, and then I'd sand it and get real shiny. And then I'd compound it to get foggy, and it was just a pain in the ass. But the majority, or the moral of the story is, this black is never coming off. And again, once you dip it in the water, because you really don't see this, once you get in the water, when I spray it with the hose, it's like mirror finish until it dries. So in the water, whatever. It is smooth. I didn't spend too much time. I tried filling this stuff in with primer, filling primer and sand it and stuff. It just didn't come out right, but whatever, who cares? I don't care. And then of course the tape, I had it all taped off, and I didn't take the tape off in time, and the sun baked it on there. So what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna wait until I get this thing wet, and it'll peel right off. Then I'll hit it with a sponge and some mineral spirits, whatever, and Goo Gone, and take this tape right off. I ain't worried about it. But the bottom line, the bottom is black, okay? And will I ever do that again? No. But the bottom before was cloudy and yellowish, so whatever. I mean, at least it's, black on the bottom, and I'll redo the plastic thing right there, and it'll look all right. Whatever. I'm gonna get the seat redone, but this has been sitting for a while. Out here filling up with water and stuff, and the gas tank was just terrible. I gotta scrub out the outside of the gas tank and flush out the inside and clean it out, and I'm gonna get the seat recovered. But so far, that's where I'm at with the hull. The motor. What's up with the motor? Well, I told you in one video, I'll show you the pipe I got, and then I went for a while. So this is what I took off here. This is the stock pipe, the stock 38mm carb. What am I going to put on this thing? Why is it going to be so fast? Let me show you. Okay, so here's the 720. Now, I don't even remember if I posted a video that I got the bottom end redone. I'll have to see. If I didn't, here's a little clip. Okay, actually all these broke loose with the ratchet. Now they come right out with the impact, so that is good. So the top one is moving, the bottom one is stuck. Same thing with this one, so yeah, it needs rings. Okay. Why you should flush out your motor 101. I know he probably didn't have a chance to do that because it blew up on him. Look at this. Okay, this is all that sits in there, so it's eating. Look at this. This is history right here. These are fossils. So the whole getting it fixed in a week thing is out the window. Let me show you. I took all this apart out back because it was a mess. So the stator and the inside of the mag cover looks really good. Nice and clean. Yep. This sucks. I got the crank out. The seal was corroded in there. All right. So after doing a bunch of work and not recording it, we have, I cleaned the cases up, painted them. So the orange color on this is not by any means orange as the manufacturer stated on the cap for color indication. But I'll deal with it, whatever. I wanted it to be different, right? So this is the crankshaft that I bought months ago. This is an SBT crankshaft. If I could see, there it is. SBT, all right. This thing's almost brand new. This thing's nice. Gear's nice, the bearings are all nice. I mean, the thing really got more wear from sitting on the side of my porch than it did actually, you know, being used. Maybe it is brand new, I don't know. So, I put new crankshaft seals here. New crankshaft seal here. And this was the culprit actually, was the rubber seal on the rotary shaft. My buddy Chris, who helped me a couple times on these motors, took it to work and pressed it, took all bearing and everything off, all the gear off, and put the new seal on and pressed the bearing back in. So now I am ready to get this back in here, get that pounded in softly. I'm going to put a little bit of thin layer of Permatex on here. I did not sand any of this surface. I did clean a lot of this off, what'll come off without abrasively doing it. And I'm going to put a little layer of Permatex. I'm going to put the thing back together, torque it. And then over here, I'm painting. Got the lid, or the you know, magneto cover. I got this over here, and I am going to paint it up. Hopefully, I can get that done tonight. So the bottom end is done. New crankshaft seals. I painted it orange. It was supposed to be orange, and it turned out like rust. But whatever, it's too late now. I got the engine guy's got the pistons and the cylinders. He's boring them out, and the reason he's boring them is because I bought piston top end kit online, and I guess I didn't read the description. It was 30 over, so it was cheap, but it was 30 over. So do I return them and get stock size, or do I pay a few extra bucks and have the guy bore them out, hone them, make them true? They'll be completely round, perfect seal. So whatever, you're not going to get much from 30 over bore over. So it's not the reason I did that, but at least, hey, whatever. Here's what I used on the bottom. This right here, Rust-Oleum, Appliance, Epoxy. This stuff is hard. It will not come off once it's baked on there. Now, what did I get for a pipe? It is right in this box. This could be the worst decision I ever made or the best decision. And I'm not going to tell you that right now, but this is the factory pipe. Factory performance pipe for a 720. I got it on eBay for about 250 bucks. Came with the chamber, got the head pipe here. I got the manifold in there that I don't need. That's the old manifold. It also came with the most important thing, the micro touch. So if you're not familiar with this pipe is going to add 20 horsepower. That's a lot of power on a 720 or any jet ski this size. The thing is, these have been notoriously known to destroy engines. In fact, I called Factory Pipe and I said, listen, I've been reading these forums, you know, they're extremely seriously power add-ons. What do I need to know? And she said on the phone, if you don't follow our specs online, you will stick a piston the first time you go out in the water. She said, that's it. She said, bone stock motor, it has to be bone stock with stock everything. Follow our instructions or you're going to eat pistons. Very simple. I said, wow, okay. Well, I was reading everybody online said the stock carb will not feed this thing properly, but Factory pipe says, yes, it will. I don't know what to do. So I'm going to paint this pipe. Do I have the paint up here? I had the paint in the room. I'm going to paint this pipe, make it look nice and shiny. It'd be cool. And this thing is going to be raw, man. This thing is going to add extreme acceleration and speed on this motor. This micro touch, I guess, also increases the rev limiter. So you have to wire it into your gray box. And what it does is it with this little solenoid here, it injects water in the pipe at different RPMs to change the sonic pulses in the pipe to give you different power bands throughout range, RPM ranges. I'm afraid to put it on because the reliability goes right out the window. At the same time, this thing is going to be redonkulous when I get it on. So it's got to be a stock motor. I don't think the 30 over bore is going to hurt anything. But what did I end up buying even though they told me stock carburetors? I bought some meatballs. No, that's how the guy shipped it. I ended up taking the advice more of the people on the forums than I did from the manufacturer. Why, I don't know. And I picked up a couple of 40 millimeter carbs from a 787. Now, this is 2 millimeters bigger on the throat, and the jet is one up from the stock size 38s. Well, mine has a single 38, so now I'm going to dual 40s. And you'd think, well, the reason it eats pistons is because it usually runs lean or detonates, so more fuel will help it, right? Well, I bought this, and I'm going to email the guy here shortly on eBay. He said, oh yeah, fully rebuilt, ready to go. And then I get these things, and they look like shit. He's got the old gray line on here. You know, the inside of the throats are all corroded and stuff. So did he put new needle and seat and diaphragms in there? Maybe, and just didn't clean the outside. But needless to say, they look like trash. I have better 38s inside in the house that I could use on this. But apparently these bolt directly onto a 787. So the 40 millimeter 787 dual carbs will bolt right on to a 720 that has dual 38s. No manifold change. It's just going to deliver a little more fuel into the motor, which is what that pipe is going to ask for. So I got to go through these. I'll just take them apart to look myself. Maybe he did replace all the stuff inside, but he didn't replace the old gray line that just destroys the inside of the carburetors. So that's what I'm going to be putting on there to feed the factory pipe. So I'm not sure what's going to happen with this. I am going to break this in on the stock pipe, and I will use those 40 mil carbs because I could break it in on those. It's not going to, shouldn't flood the motor out too much. But I'm not going to rebuild that single 38 and put on here and then put the 40s on. I still do have the yellow motor. In fact, a couple people wanted to buy it. Thing's still sitting there rebuilt. What a decision that was for me to rebuild it and then let it sit there. But if you got 250 bucks and you want this motor just the way it is like that with 0 hours on it, let me know. I did get rid of the old green one. So that's that. Waiting to, well, like I said, I'm going to get this trailer finished. I got to paint the front here. I am going to get the bunks, carpet redone, and I got new lights for this trailer over here because somebody decided to wipe out that light. And I'm going to paint that trailer black as well, mount the box on the front. I got a new hitch thing for the front here. And I already did those bunks there. I have to do the carpet and the other ones and fix that there. The winches don't even work now, so I got them tied with ratchet straps. But those two are running. Those two are fine. It's just it was too cold, and I'll paint them up and make them look nice. And actually, I'm going to put the poles. I'm going to figure out how to put the poles on here, go up so the lights are actually up on the poles out of the water, so I can see when I'm backing it in where the jet ski's got to come on or whatever. But overall, that's what I'm working on. That's just an update. There's Dolan's stock pipe. We took that off and put a tuned pipe on there that I had extra, and he got a little bit more sting out of it. It rides a little bit better. Dolan's is running good. I just got to replace his manifold. One of the bolts cracked the side. So that's what Dolan's got going. But me and him were out a couple times through the winter. I just didn't film it. I haven't filmed a lot of this stuff. I should have filmed when I was rebuilding the motor. I think I did, but I didn't put it online. And, all the other stuff. So I got, this is just a hobby thing. It's just a fun thing, aside from work and my other YouTube channel. So I figured if anybody gets anything out of this, great. And if you, get encouraged to work on these older jet skis, man, they're fun. They're so easy to work on. And, maybe this video inspires you to do that. But when you see the one that's going on here in the water, when it's done and that factory pipe's on, I'm going to have the helmet cam on the first time and see if I blow the motor right there or if that thing's just absolutely sick. So thanks for watching, guys. I got videos coming. Just be patient.